Hello everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you're having a wonderful Wednesday and I hope you're all doing well. I have been resting and working on my journal. I am finished. Well, almost. I wanted to bring you along for a video like I had promised on aging some photos and some other ideas that I had that I'll be including in my journal. So I guess today we'll start with aging our photos, and then I'll do a walkthrough of my ephemera that I've made thus far. And most of you have seen me create it, but I don't think you've seen the finished product. You know, how I actually finished it or what I made from it. So let's start with aging our photos, which is very simple. I'm going to take these two photos because they're so cute, and I'm going to add these to my journal. There's so many of these cute bunnies. I think by now you've probably guessed where I'm going with this particular journal. And if you haven't, I'll tell you. I'm just cutting off these little white edges. I have decided that I was going to go with a nature theme. Mainly because I have a lot of Lidia's digitals, like I had said. And while creating it, I thought about, well, honestly, it all started out with some journal entries that I had made recently. And as you all know, I walk in the morning, or if you're new to my channel, I walk in the mornings. And I always take my camera with me so that I walk slow and don't miss anything, even the weeds. Well, in creating this journal, I thought about all the things that God has created. He is the master artist, in my opinion. Sunset, sunrise, to the smallest weed. And I have many, many photos of weeds that will be included in this journal. Anyway, then I started thinking about the birds in the air, was another journal entry. And then I started thinking about my favorite little creatures and remembered that I had these bunnies that I had purchased from Lidia, so I printed out some of those smaller. These are the smaller ones. There's larger ones, but today we're going to work with these, and I'll show you why. So in creating her, which is what I always do, I first decide how a direction I'm going to go in. And so I had decided that because it was florals, I would do a nature journal. And so that's what this journal is going to be. All of my journals have stories or names. I don't have a name for this journal. I don't think it will have a name. It'll just be a nature journal. But it might have a name. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But she's beautiful. And maybe I'll give you a sneak peek before the end of the journal. So I also, actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to share a happy mail that I got. 2 happy mails, if you don't mind. It won't take long, I promise. This video is going to be very fast because we're only going to be doing these today. I have a friend in France named Jacqueline, and she is delightful. And you know, I love all things French. So I ordered some things from her, and I have her digitals. And every time she puts up a book cover or things like that, I try and purchase it if I have the finances. And so she had these journal covers again. And she always includes something wonderful. The last one, I think I may have done a walkthrough if you go back a few videos and see what she sent the last time. But I specifically loved this one. Oh no, it doesn't matter. They're all beautiful, but these are what I make my prayer journals out of. And I gift them to certain people who are in need of a prayer journal. And they're just a perfect size, you know. And so, anyway, she always includes, and they're very inexpensive. I think I paid, for the 3, I think I paid $14. But, and then there's shipping because she does live in France. I don't remember if it was a set of 2 and she included one. She's always including something because she's just wonderful and she will, like, that's what she does. So on Etsy, her name is SouvenirdelaFrance. Souvenir, just like it says, D-E, wait a minute, Souvenir de la France, okay? And so I'll leave the description, I'll leave the information in the description box below. Look. So all I will do is I will build up the spine because it's in great shape. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. I will not move those. They will stay there. And then she's included some pages that she was able to salvage. Look at this one. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm shaking. It just, she's wonderful. Here's another. I don't know if you can see well in the camera, but thank you, Jacqueline, if you're watching. I am so enamored. She has some paper packs too, so please visit her channel and grab one of her paper packs. She's very generous. Look at that. Is that not just gorgeous? Rhonda, if you're watching, are they not just, look at that. Oh, so beautiful. Sorry, I'm starting to shake. I always do that when I get excited. I'm okay. And these were pages that she was able to salvage. Bless her. Did I go through all of them? I think I did. I went through that one. I went through that one. Oh, and they're all like satin. These are satin and embossed. Same with this one. It's satin and embossed. This one's all embossed. I did go through those. Let me just put these back where they belong. There they go. All right, and then this was her gift. She always sends beautiful pictures of postcards. Look at that. I may have already showed this. I don't remember. But in any event, I'm doing it again. I don't think I did. And then all of these pages. Just gorgeous. So thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate you very, very much. She knows that I age my papers, so she really is very generous. The last photo is a photo of children, French children, very old. So that I'll put over there. The next one I want to feature is a friend, Marnel, at Mimi's Keepsake. She was a new subscriber to me, so I started following her, and I just adore her and her friendship. And I joined her spring challenge, her spring swap with Beth. And she sent me this. And I watched her make this on video. And guys, it's beautiful. It feels like leather. And she, go on her channel, Mimi's Keepsake, and you'll see how she did this. But it literally feels like leather. And when you open it up, so it's like a little clutch, and you open her up like so, and she's put the paper in Midori style, so I can write in this and then replace it. Oops, it's upside down, I'm sorry. And then there's a tag that she made with the leftovers and backed it. There's a little pocket there. And then in here is all ephemera. So I won't go through it piece by piece except to look at that. That's going in my new journal as much as I'd love to hoard it. It's perfect because I'm going to slow stitch it and put it in my new journal. Here is an old letter. I tried to figure out if it was an old letter or if it was a copy, but I can feel the stamp, so I believe it's an original. I make these, I create these on either newsprint or tea stain graph paper. But this is real. Yeah. And this is how she's done it. Thank you so much, Marnel. I can't thank you enough. It's beautiful. Now, this is what I plan on doing with it. I am going to take this, okay, take those out and put those someplace safe. Leave that in, leave this in. I'm going to tuck my small wallet right in here. I'm going to close it up, and this will be a clutch that I will use. Oops. I'll use this as my little clutch instead of taking my little wallet everywhere I go because I don't carry a purse. I had a very bad experience with my purse where it was opened in a card store and my wallet was stolen. Somebody bumped me on the right side, and while I was saying I'm sorry because I thought I bumped into them, the person on the left side opened my purse and took my wallet. And I sort of felt it and wasn't really paying much attention. It was kind of a scheme setup type thing. So that was a pain in the neck because I had to get everything, new license and all of that. Worried about my identity for months. So I don't carry a purse, I carry a wallet. But I plan on using this all summer, fall, until she pretty much wears out, Marnel. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So, okay. I like to get Happy Meal, and it really gets my heart. So, I'm just going to put those in here so I don't get them lost. And then they will go into my antique ephemera and so that I don't lose it. Because I do use some of it in my journals. Like I told you, that will be slow stitched and placed in this journal because it matches perfectly. My threads came. For those of you who don't know, I've been waiting for my threads. If you're looking for thread, this is only $16 on Etsy. And look what you get. This is 3 different color threads. Looks dark, but it's not. This is the pink I use and that I was out of. This is a little bit more coral, but if you're only using one thread, which is typically what you use, it's a very light pink. This is a little bit darker pink when you use one thread. And this is sort of a raspberry, very pretty. So I was out of the pink. I still have plenty of the coral, but the pink and the coral, what looks like coral, but it's not. I was making a wedding ring quilt for my daughter-in-law and husband, who've been married now for 7 years, and I'm just finished it. But anyway, I've been busy. So I'm just gonna have a sip of my water, and I'm gonna continue. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. And thank you again, Jacqueline and Marnel. Visit their shops. And also, sorry, it's just, visit their shops, SouvenirdelaFrance and Mimi's Keepsake, and also Mimi's Keepsake on YouTube. So what I've done today, or what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to age some photos, and then I'm going to show you how I can make a, now I forget what you call them. You know, the frame that goes around them. I'm sorry, it completely left my brain. Now, where did I put them? Maybe in my ephemera box? I have so much ephemera, guys, I don't know how I'm going to fit it all. But I will figure out something. Hold on one second. What did I do with them? I had them all cut out and ready to go. My gosh. Oh, here they are. Yes, I hope. Funny. Oh no. What in the world? Well, let's age the photos first. Now scan my desk. Here's some more photos. Time. I'm sorry. It's okay. We're still going to be able to do it. It was just, this was a much easier way. Okay, we'll age the photos and I'll scan my desk. Okay, let's get started. Sorry about that. Where are we in time? 17 minutes. Good. Okay, so this is how the photos come when you print them. Aren't they adorable? And I have many more, but they're in my ephemera box. Oh, you know what? I bet I did. I bet I put the things right down on top of them when I moved them. When I moved the Happy Mail. I did not. Dang. Hold on, folks. 1 second. Okay, well, we'll age them, and then I'll show you how to do an easy, like, frame around them. We'll use something else if I can't find what I was planning. This one I did on matte photo paper, okay? This is on regular copy paper. So, what I take is, you can do it in matte or you can do it in gloss. I like the gloss. And you can use Mod Podge. It's fine. Mod Podge doesn't dry in Florida. I don't know why. This dries so fast. You'll be shocked. I just need a piece of this, which is just parchment paper that I got at Temu. So we'll use that because it just comes in a little sheet. Isn't that perfect? It's just perfect. So I'll show you how I age the ones that I print on photo paper, and then matte photo paper, and then like you'd print your photos on. Comes in 8.5 by 11 sheets, or it comes in 4 by 4, whatever. But I get the 8.5 by 11. And then this is just copy paper, 27 pound, I think, or 24 pound. I don't remember. So the first thing I do, oh my goodness, I put it away. Oh Lord, guys, I am so sorry. Okay, I'm ready now. I hope you could just skip through all that if you didn't want to watch it. Okay, not that I encourage you to do that at all, because I'm trying to get my hours up of viewing. I need 4,365 days, and I'm at 3,340 watched hours. So once I get to 4,000 hours, then I don't know what happens. I really don't, but I'd like to get to that point in a year. It was a goal. So I did get to my subscriber limit, which was 1,000. So now what I do, I use antique linen mostly because it's light, and I did compromise this yesterday, so I don't really know if the blue, let me just check if that blue is going to come out. Nope. Okay, I compromised it yesterday accidentally because I was using blue on something and I grabbed the wrong brush. I may need to re-ink this but I may not. So what I do is I just kind of, even though this looks aged already, I still ink the edges like this. I love to make these look like they have been in an album. I have albums that my father-in-law made, and he's 107 in heaven right now. And in those albums are photos of his mom and dad, his relatives. And I look at those photos. I put some in my albums because, I mean, a lot of people put photos of people they don't know in albums. I put them in my journals if I find some that are good. I actually have a small dance journal I made and put in a photo of myself dancing in Swan Lake because it's not the name of the kid, but the theme of the small journal was Swan Lake, so I put a picture of myself in that journal. It's just small. I like small. I love small journals because then I use them. You know, they're easier to write in. Now I'm going to also do the same with the one I did on photo paper. Now this one might need a darker ink, but I don't think so. Once I scrub it on there, I shouldn't. Nope, I shouldn't. See, it just gives it enough. You don't want it too much because then it, then it looks like you did it on purpose. Like you've done that. On this one, by using this color ink, and by all means, you could use any color. This is my go-to, the antique linen. I use it for everything. See how it's already starting to age that photo? You saw the before and now. Now take it and flip them over like so. And you'll see why. Uh-oh, I'm getting down to where that blue was, so I'm going to go over here on the edge. See right there? I do have some re-ink, and I have a small one of these. So I might take some water or alcohol and try to get that off. But anyway, you want to just make sure that you go along the edges of the back. Don't do the whole back, because the backs wouldn't really be too aged. I mean, I like to stencil on the back for the person who's getting the video. I just think it looks nice, and that way, the video, dear Lord, the journal, because that way they can write on them. Or I might back it after I'm done with the whole process. I may back it with something to make it a journaling card. Now, there's many videos on aging. Many. Ruby and Pearl. Heather at Rose Hill Paper Cottage. I'm sorry, I don't know any others because I haven't seen any others. Those are the two I follow. Angie does not have a YouTube or social media, but that's where I started just watching Denise at she's on Etsy. I purchased some things from her supplies. Anyway, so Angie sends Happy Meals to her, to Rhonda at A Little Bit French, and to Heather at Ruby and Pearl XO, many others. She is the most wonderful giving person, I think, on the face of the planet. And they do flip-throughs, and she gives full instructions on how she's aged her items. And I know with Heather and Rhonda, they really have to try Tattered Dream, Denise. That's her Etsy shop. I think it's a Tattered Dream. I don't remember. Anyway, I've known her for years because I used to purchase things from her. And she was the first one I saw an Angie video. But go on Heather's channel, she teaches you a whole, Angie actually sent her instructions on how to age and create things to make digitals or any kind of paper, really. And she buys all of her things very inexpensive. Just make sure you get those edges real good, because, and you'll see why in a minute. But do visit Heather at Ruby and Pearl and go to her video where she gives a whole list of, I'm just going to kind of do that. That's got plenty, and that's got plenty. Okay, so the next step, I just want to keep this one aside because that's on photo paper. And not that the technique is different, but it does look a little bit more different when you do that. Okay, we can put this away now. It's really bugging me because I cut the rabbit out too. No, I didn't. Okay, so then I just take my scissors. I know they make tools for this, but I don't have one. And you probably, I mean, I don't know many people who do, but I have seen people who have them. So I just go along the edge like this. And you'll see the difference when I'm done, because I have some rabbits that I haven't aged, and I have some birds that I have aged and haven't aged. So see how that folded over, which is great. I love that. And already you see that this looks like something that perhaps, you know, you found maybe, I don't know, in an album, or quite frankly in an old thrift shop, you know. But it's a digital. You can do these with your own photos. I do them with my own photos all the time. I have to, because my own photos I take and I don't know how to do a lot with them. I'm learning through Graphic Fairies how to do it. If you belong to Graphic Fairies, they teach you so much. But so I am learning how to do some things without having to spend any money on like programs or what have you, just to be able to lighten them or figure out the color. I have a magazine that's from the 1800s that I've been playing with the pages. It's actually on a CD. Somebody had taken all the photos from that particular or from several of the magazine and put them on a CD or a DVD. Yeah, and I have an external DVD drive. So I just hook it up to my computer and then I pull up the pictures that are on it. And there are so many, so many. And so I'll pull them, and I do know how to like lighten the colors if they're too dark or things like that. That's easy because that's just in your computer. You can do that with any photo. But yeah, I want to get them to be a little bit more professional. Not because I'm going to sell them. You know, I have no intentions of ever selling digitals. Not my thing. No. Nope. This is my thing. Figuring out where to create things, coming up with new ideas and sharing them. Because like it says in my description box, God gave me this gift to create and make beautiful things for others and for myself, obviously. Not to sound selfish, but this is just a joy. I'm going to fold that back. Now, look at the difference already. I just think it looks great. You might want to just keep them the way that they were, but I think they look great. So now I'm going to take my gloss medium and my soft brush. This is just the soft brush I use, okay? See how soft that is? So it's just a paintbrush, and this is the one I use, and I just have to make sure it's on there tight because, and I take it off with hand sanitizer. I'll show you how afterwards. Because hand sanitizer takes off glue. If you leave this on your brush too long, then it's going to get stiff and you're going to ruin it. And even though this is a cheap brush, you know, it's not expensive. So now I'm just going to brush the photo. And because it's an inkjet, it's going to spread a little bit of that color. There's some green in there that you wouldn't have seen yet. But watch, it's just magic. And I don't know if anybody else has ever done this, but I figured it out by trying to highlight some things in a photo that is actually one of Jacqueline's on SouvenirdelaFrance, and I wanted to age it to put in a journal for my friend. Hi Bella, if you're watching, this is how I do it. So I wanted to highlight some things, and oh my gosh, it just looked so beautiful. And I thought, see? It kind of spread a little bit of that color and brought out the green. I don't know if you can see that in the thing, but, and then it brought out the leaves and the little weeds, and oh my gosh. So then I let that aside. Notice I didn't do any of the edge of the photo. I'm just doing the photo. You don't need very much, and go in one direction. Otherwise you're going to see brush strokes. You don't want that. And this dries very fast. So see how it's already bringing this out? See how you can't see this? Watch. My favorite thing to do. I could do this all day long. It's like watercoloring almost. Do you know how relaxing that is? I just think it's so relaxing. And the results are immediate. So, and I love immediate results. I'm an impatient person. So, see, I'm only brushing in one direction. I mean, I did go down, but now I'm going up. And I'm just going to do along the edge a little bit here. And I'll show you why in a minute. So I'm just going to go along that edge. There. I didn't do along the edge here, so I will. I'll show you why in a second. Once these dry. They dry really fast. Now remember, this one is on matte photo paper, so it's going to look a little bit different. Did I already brush him? No. But I'm still going to, even though it's on matte photo paper and it is, you know, already shiny, I'm still going to go over it. Because it's going to really bring out that green. It's going to bring out the color in his ear. Oh my gosh, it just looks so fabulous. To me. Might not to you, but it does to me. I guess that's what really matters, right? So, here we go. And I'll do the edges. I think I already did. My husband is really suffering because he can't take Benadryl. And so he did take a Claritin, but he has got such a rash. Not that you really needed to know that, but his eyes, he can't breathe, he's not sleeping well. I'm just going to put a little bit on that highlighted area back there. Oh, and that's the reason why I inked it, so that when I did my scraping with my scissors, you wouldn't see any white. And take another sip of water, otherwise you're not going to understand me. So, yeah, if you don't ink your edges when you do your scissor work, I know a lot of people will take those like scissors that you can kind of go along and make look like stamps and stuff. I don't do that. I use my fingernail or scissors because then it makes it look like a photo. Sorry. Let me just take another sip of water. So sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I just had to use my inhaler for a second. Okay, so now I think they're dry. Yep. So I'm going to do one more coat. You don't have to. I like to because I just do. It doesn't really make a difference, but sometimes it does. So again, just on this part. And I'm not even gonna, you know, I don't need that much for my second coat, so I'm gonna use whatever's on my brush. Look at how much of a difference. Well, I'll show you in 1 minute. If I can ever find the ones I already cut out. Again, this is the one on the photo paper. Just so that, you know, I wanted to show you the difference. I think the one on the photo paper looks the most real because as you can see down here, it's still a little bit shiny. See? So I'm just giving you different options. Photo paper is not expensive. I got mine for $1 for 100 sheets because I was at a yard sale, an estate sale here, and the woman was selling her mom's things, and she happened to be a junk journaler. So yeah, she had lots of paper and things like that. Okay, that's all. That's it, you're done. You can put this away, and I'll show you an easy way to clean your brush. Okay, so I squirt that much into my hand. Grab a paper towel, and then just take your brush, because this is going to remove the glue from your brush so that it doesn't get hard and you don't have to have water or anything in your craft room. See how it's removing the glue? Can you see that? Sorry, I know it's probably gross, but just wanted to show you an idea. See, all that glue's coming off my brush. If you left that even for a few minutes, it will harden right up because it dries so fast. Now, I'm just going to dump the rest on here, right? And I'm going to take my brush where it's wet, and I'm just going to take all that glue right off. And I'm going to take the rest and get the glue off my hands. See all the glue falling? Well, you might not be able to because it's not in screen probably. And right into my trash, just right beside me. And you're all cleaned up. Excuse me. My goodness. Okay. Look. It's back. All soft. And if you see any glue in there, just kind of go through it and pick it off. And it's ready to use again right away, if you wanted to. But you definitely want to use a soft brush doing this. Don't go using something hard because you'll tear your paper. And all the glue is now gone. And you didn't have to have water in your craft room. The tea incident I went to yesterday, I had thought that I only ruined my, my fussy cuts and stuff. So now all the glue is gone and I can put this away. It's fine. There we go. That didn't take long. So now, they're pretty dry, but I'm just going to real quick make sure so we can move along. So I'm going to turn on my heat gun. So just hold on 1 second, okay? I just want to be able to move forward. And I'm drying these on the back, not on the front. Okay, so I'm not drying the front of them, I'm drying them from the back. Well, you'll be able to tell because they go that way. They'll flatten out. But I don't want to see any brush strokes. And you're done. You're ready to rock and roll. See? Let me see if I can find one that is not already. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You know what? We're going to come across them as soon as I stop the video. I bet you. Anything, we're going to come across the ones I had cut. Oh well. There. Hold on. I might have some bunnies up here that I haven't yet fussy cut. Or that we haven't already. Oh, you know what? I do. I have some that aren't fussy cut. I mean, that aren't. Okay, so here's what you start with, right? Here's what you end up with. Now it's up to you. These are on photo paper. These are going to go in my mini journal. This is made with scraps, people. This is going to go in here. And these are all scraps from my Raindrop Lila. Different things I've used for my kit. I put together a little mini journal out of a Band-Aid box. So yeah. Isn't that cute? And this is the fabric I used. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I had used a different fabric. When I went to put the signatures in, I noticed the tea had gotten on the fabric. I had already made the box. I already made it. I had already put the fabric on, ready for the signatures. Anyway, don't leave open containers. So I had to recover it with different fabric because I didn't have any more of that fabric because it was all I had left. So now I'm just going to go around and kind of take my fingernail, because we already did the scissor thing, and just age it up a little bit more. So Heather at Rose Hill Paper Cottage, or Heather on her Ruby and Pearl XO is typically who I'll follow to age things. And like I said, you don't have to age your photos, but for those of you that are interested, that's how I do it. And again, this is the one we did not, I mean, that's printed on photo paper. Not that there's a big difference, but if you can see, oops, if you can see in the photo, it had a lot of green back here and here that Lidia painstakingly put in there, and now it pops right out. Look at the gray in his ear, which originally, see if I have one that's the same. I don't, but if you look real close, you can see a little bit of brown in his ear here, because these are the black and white ones. But oh, okay, here, look, here's the difference. Isn't that great? I love it. I love it. And you know, she takes so much time. You know, look at how it brings out those leaves, and just like she caught that picture right in the forest, you know, or while she was on her walk. She's amazing. Okay, enough of that. Put those back, otherwise, you know me, I'll lose them. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can make an easy frame, which I already had cut out of a different one that had a frame in it. This one doesn't. This one has a little frame. I mean, if I had a little bunny, I could put him in the frame. I'm not going to do that. So, I'm sorry. My doctor's office, I called him because I thought maybe he can do something for me. Now, which one do I want to use? I'll use this one because it doesn't have any photos in it, you know, or photo spot. And I want to keep that for something else. I had these all cut out, guys, that had, you know, it was a catalog card one. But I'm going to use this because we're going to do the same thing. It's so simple. So simple. If I can cut straight. Oh my gosh, I just brought that up and I was probably right in your face. But I'm trying to cut it straight. I think my allergy medicine is making me shake more. Okay, so now I want to make, say, a frame to go around these cuties. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half. like this. This is just an example because I don't know what I did with my little frames. So I'm just going to do that. I'll put these aside. We don't need that anymore. I'll save it though because I can use it again. Now I'm just going to take it and I'm going to decide how wide I want my frame. So probably about that wide. Oh, did I show you? I folded it. Okay, so it's like this and I just folded it in half. So now I'm going to make a frame. So I'm just going to go along here, but not all the way to the end. Then I'm going to go along here, but not all the way to the end. But to about the same as that. And you can measure if you want. And then we're just going to cut it right out. And you have yourself a photo frame. See? Which will probably be too big for this one. It is. So I should have cut it smaller. Let me try again. I'll try with one of these. It doesn't matter. I should have done that first. If I was using the other ones, they're perfect. All I did was print these photo page. These will make great postcards too. And then you could put like a little picture right there. That's not what we're going to do with this. All right, before you cut it up, make sure it's going to fit. So fold it in half. Stick your picture in there. Okay. Just going to go a little bit deeper. You're not cutting the fold. You're cutting where it's open. Okay? Now I'm going to make sure it's going to fit. Which it should. Yes. A little bit more. So I can turn the corner. Just an easy way to make a little frame. If you want a frame for something. I cut that wrong. Cheryl, what's wrong with you today? One more. There, word. You're probably yelling, you're going the wrong way. It's okay. It's okay, I'm gonna get this one right, I promise. Done it 1,000 times. Excuse me. I don't need to be sniffing. Okay, fold it in half. And you do want to cut on your here, not here. So sorry about that. You do want to cut where it's folded. Oh my goodness, Cheryl. Now pull it out. Oh, that's actually perfect. Oh, I love that. And then I can put a little sentiment there. Oh, yes. See? Perfect. And if you wanted to make it smaller and just show the, show the picture, just cut it smaller. But I want to show the whole thing. So let me just move this down just a tad because I have lots of room. Now all you're going to do is I'm going to take this and just rough it a little bit along the edge. You could put tracing paper, you could put cellophane, packaging, you could put acetate, but I love it just the way it is. So now you just take your glue, just rough that up a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. Just take your glue. I'm just gonna take these little creases out. And this is just regular printing paper. I'll save those scraps because I'll be able to use them. I'm going to glue the frame here. Not the picture, because then I can place the picture where I want it. Take your photo. Now this is, you don't have to do all of this if you're going to put it in this, but I like it. So I'm glad I did it. Now just take it and position it the way you want. Might be a little bit too big. If it is, I'll show you how to fix it. No, it's not too big. Just gonna move this up a little bit. I love the aged look. I just love it. And now you've got something that just is adorable, matches your project or not. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy at all. I didn't use this. Well, I might have used a few of these sheets in my project, but it's got all the colors, so it doesn't matter. Now, I'm going to just look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so adorable. If I hadn't aged that, I wouldn't have had to have a problem. And I didn't use a regular photo frame, which in a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because now you can see you can take any paper, fold it. You could take tea stain paper or white paper or any paper, cardstock or whatever you want, and make a frame without having to cut, all around it. So I'm going to just get that off so I don't ruin my project. Move those aside so we don't need them anymore right now. And I will just show you one thing that I'll add to it just to make it look so sweet. Putting my pin in my glue. And I'm taking my, oh, I already did that. You always want to get the glue off of whatever you're working on, or don't do what I did and move your paper you're working on until you're done. Oh dear, a little bit out of it today, but that's okay. It's okay. You guys are great. I love your comments. I love chatting with you. To all of you that are new here, I am so happy you stopped by. So there you go. Now I'm going to take and, I don't know, maybe add a little bit of cheesecloth. Just a little bit, not much. I have a bowl right here where I've been keeping all my bits of laces and things like that. Maybe I'll take a piece of this. It's oh, it's got like all the threads and stuff in it. I can't remember the name of the paper right off the top of my head. Typically this would be embossed. I emboss all of this, but I haven't gotten a chance to, so I'll just wrinkle it. It's like a, oh, what is it called? Mulberry paper. You can get it anywhere. You can even make it yourself with tissue paper. That's all it is really, is tissue paper. So I'm just going to kind of do that. And I'm going to kind of mess this, make it look kind of aged and old. Just an idea, and it's right off the top of my head. I'm not really thinking much about it. And maybe I'll take a little piece of lace here, or maybe some tulle. So it's got a few little, this would be perfect actually, because it's got these little dots on it, you know. So, and then of course bunnies have little bunny tails. See how my brain thinks? Crazy, isn't it? You must all think you are losing it, but it's okay. I am. So I'm just going to kind of put that there, and then just so that you can kind of see it, I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to take a little safety pin. I'm going to take a rusted one. Age it up a little bit, but you don't have to. I might not have a rusty one that's small enough. Yes, I do. I already told you in one of my videos how to do this, but by all means, you could use that. Doesn't matter. I'm going to just use rusted because I will be able, you know what? I think I'm going to add a piece of this black. It's actually not black. This is from, it's like a green, greeny black. This is from Jacqueline. I love her ribbon. Oh my gosh, I love her ribbon. I'll take a piece of that too. Just a piece. I'll hoard it for a while. Just make it kind of like that. I'll put this here, here. You know what? I don't think I'll add that. Just that. There we go. And take this. Is there any significance to this? No. Just looks good. But maybe a person had, you know, a little piece of lace that they wanted to keep with the photo as a reminder of maybe something they wore when they took the picture. Push it through. Push it through. Sometimes it will need a little bit of help, and sometimes it won't. The rusted ones are a little bit more difficult. Now, there you go. Ta-ta. We have now aged a photo, framed a photo, and put a little bit of a something on it. And I will put a date right here. See? Happy. Not happy accident, just happy coincidence. It was meant, in my opinion. And over here it has a little bit of writing, so the person may have written a little note there to remind them of when they took that photo. So in my opinion, that is just perfect. So we have now taken just this, okay, and we have made this beautiful journaling card. See? Now I'll back this with something so that it can be a journaling card. Okay? So that's it. How are we for time? What I will do is I'll go through my ephemera and I will show you all of the ephemera I'm going to put in my journal, and I will give you a sneak peek of the journal before I do the signatures. Okay? So for today, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you enjoyed that and were inspired in some way. And again, please visit Marnel at Mimi's Keepsake. Here's some more photos. You want to bet, as soon as I turn off the camera, I'm going to find what I was looking for. Here's some more photos. Those are before and after. Just to give you an idea. Printed on paper. Okay? That's what you get. And then we have this lovely, beautiful. And then this is from Jacqueline. Okay? So, until we see each other again, which will be tonight, tomorrow, maybe this afternoon. If I'm feeling up to it, I will post a video on my ephemera that I hope to get it all in the journal. She's gotten quite chunky with just her paper. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for visiting. I really appreciate it. Please leave a comment below if you have a YouTube channel and let me know that channel name. And if you have a different name, say you have Sunshine Originals, let me know your name. I'd like to get to know you better. All right. Have a wonderful day. Be well, be kind, and be blessed. Bye-bye, everybody.